Hey, this is Darlacansell, realtor with Real Broker. I am in South Louisiana. Guys, it is hot and humid today. I'm on my way to an inspection. Inspections are always good because it gives the buyer the right to have anyone inspect the house that they choose to. And then after the inspection, they have a couple of different choices. They can A, walk away. They do not have to have a reason as long as they're in what's called their due diligence or inspection period. B, they can ask the seller to fix anything that they feel should be in better condition than it seems to be now. One of the common requests of buyers, especially right now in the heat of the summer, especially in South Louisiana where we all need our air conditioners, one thing that is asked lots and lots and lots of times by buyers is to have the HVAC system, which is the air conditioner, the heater set up, serviced, cleaned, and inspected to make sure that when they move into the house that it's in good working order, good working condition. That's a very common request of buyers. Another common request I would say is lots of times we don't realize that when we're putting things underneath sinks that those pipes get bumped and a lot of times they're just leaky. It's not a big deal, it's easy to fix, but that's a common thing I find that buyers ask for. And so during inspections, the buyer can ask the seller to fix anything that they want repaired, or they can ask for a price reduction, or they can ask for a combination of both, or they don't even have to ask for anything. Lots of times buyers are very handy, or they just have someone in the family that's pretty handy, and they feel like the things that an inspector listed are just very minor, so they may not ask for anything at all. So keep in mind, when you're back to inspection requests from the buyer standpoint and the seller standpoint, that's a negotiation going on again. Sellers do not have to fix anything. They don't have to lower the price. They don't have to do anything. But the buyer has the right to walk away if they don't agree with the seller not making any repairs. The buyer can walk away, and actually they don't have to have a reason at all. So just remember that. So let's talk about what's coming up, y'all. As you know, just 5.5 short years ago, I was in education. So if I'd still be in education, I'd be gearing up with all of the rest of the people that are in education to get the school year started again. So if you're in one of those people who are in education, kudos to you, because listen, it's one of the hardest jobs in the whole world if you do it right. I hope that you have an amazing beginning of the school year and that everything's off to a great start. If you're a parent with children and you had children during COVID, do not ever forget how stressful that was. I know it's easy to forget, but educators have a very difficult job. Leaving the education system is absolutely not anything I ever regret. But I do miss the teaching aspect of it, which is one of the reasons I do these videos on a regular basis, because I loved teaching. I absolutely just loved teaching. Adults, children, all the people. Okay, so let's talk about what's coming soon. I have actually quite a few new listings that are coming very soon. I have Jennings, Crowley, Iota, and those are just the ones that I know of. I literally get a call on a regular basis. I get calls from people that say, listen, come meet with me because I want to sell my house. Tell me the things that I need to do to prepare it to sell. And so I have lots of people on the list right now who I've met with. I've given them their list, which means they're working on their to-do list. So if you are a buyer, be ready and be prepared, so when those homes hit the market, you have an advantage over everyone else in order to submit an offer if you love one of those houses that hit the market. And so this is how, as a buyer, you can be proactive. You can have a game up on anyone else. You can have a leg up on anyone else, and that is by If you're going to pay cash, have your proof of funds ready, which means if you have a chunk of change sitting in an account and you're going to be paying cash for whatever hits the market, have that account ready. If you're going to submit an offer on a home, the agent's going to say to you, are you paying cash or financing? If you say cash, they're going to say, listen, in order to submit your offer, I need proof of funds, which means what account is it coming from? For me, if you're going to give me proof of funds, what I'm going to say is I need a screenshot of that account. You're going to black out every single thing on there, including your account number and everything. You're leaving your name and you're leaving the amount that you have that covers the price that you're offering the house. That cash offer is very, very, very seldom, right? If I dealt with cash buyers all the time, that'd be easy. It's quick. It's usually closed in just a matter of a couple of weeks. Sometimes, listen, we've closed in a couple of days, believe it or not. But the vast majority of people, I would say probably 95% of buyers, are going to obtain some kind of loan. So if you are a buyer and you are waiting for something to hit the market, then you absolutely need to have an advantage over all of the other buyers, which means you need to be pre-approved. You need to know what loan type you're approved for, because some houses are not going to qualify for certain loan types, all right? And make sure you have a great realtor on your team who knows those kinds of things, and when something hits the market, they can say to you, listen, you're FHA approved, that house is not going to qualify. Or if you have a USDA loan or an RD loan, listen, that house is not in the territory that an RD loan qualifies for. You need a realtor on your team who knows all those kinds of things, all right? And listen, if you're in my area, I'd say anywhere in Acadiana, and you're looking for a realtor, give me a call because I'd love to help you. All right, so listen, you need to be pre-approved so that you know your loan type, but you also need to know your budget. So if you're pre-approved for $200,000, then if a house that's listed for $275,000 hits the market, it's a waste of your time to go look at it. Listen, your pre-approval is for $200,000, then that's the range that you need to be looking at. I would say now, if something hits the market, and let's say it's listed at around $240,000, and it sits on the market for months upon months upon months for whatever reason, and you're pre-approved for $200,000, you may very well have a good chance at it. But when it first hits the market at that much above your budget, it's absolutely probably a waste of your time to even go look at it. So know your loan type, know your budget, and the minute something hits the market in your budget, then you are ready. Now, what you also need is a realtor in whatever area you're looking at that is going to keep you in their back pocket, and they know lots of times before those houses even hit the market what's coming. So listen, if you want to be anywhere in Acadia Parish and you haven't spoken to a realtor yet, I'd love to have a conversation with you. I know lots of things that are about to hit the market. And I can tell you, look, this is going to hit the market. This is about the price range it's going to be. This is the kind of loan that it's going to qualify for. That way you can have a total advantage over anyone else. If you are looking for Iota, Egan, Evangeline, you know as well as I do that those homes that are in decent condition and that qualify for every loan type do not stay on the market long. They just do not. So you want an advantage as a buyer to make sure you're pre-approved or you have proof of funds so that you're ready when something hits the market. If you are a potential seller looking to sell something and you haven't had a conversation with me yet, listen, it's never too early. If you're thinking about selling in the next 4, 5, 6 months or even sooner than that, I'd love to have a sit down with you and say, look, these are the things that I would do if I were you. These are the recommendations. They are never, ever going to be mandates, but these are the recommendations for what I would do if I were you to make sure that when your house hits the market, it qualifies for every single loan type, it qualifies at top market value, it's going to appraise, and you're going to very easily find a buyer. You want to be as proactive as humanly possible, whether you're a seller or you're a potential buyer. That you cannot be too proactive in this market. Listen, the interest rates are average. The interest rates are dropping a little bit every day. It is a great time to be a seller. It is a great time to be a buyer if you have a knowledgeable realtor on your team. Absolutely, the very first thing you need if you're a seller or a buyer is you need a realtor who is very knowledgeable about your area that you want to buy in, and you have them in your back pocket. That's crucial. Happy Monday, guys. Y'all have a great week. Remember this, in real estate, there are absolutely no stupid questions. It can be super complicated, but if you have a realtor on your team who is knowledgeable, it shouldn't be hard at all. The hardest thing for you as a seller is going to be preparing your home to sell, and then of course packing up to leave. The most difficult thing as a buyer is providing all of the documentation that you have to provide to get pre-approved. Once you provide all that documentation, the rest is simply leaving it up to the realtor to do what they do best, and that's helping you navigate the process of finding a house, doing all the negotiations for you, and all those difficult things. All right? Y'all have a great week. Reach out if there's anything at all I can do to help you. Remember this, there's no stupid questions. I would love to answer all your questions. Y'all have a great week. Take care, and reach out if there's anything at all I can do to help you.